Hi and welcome to this Can-Am off-road accessory comparative video. Today we're going to look at tracks, and we're not just going to say features and benefits, we're going to actually compare it with the competition. And that's why I'm with Alan Burnett, product manager for Can-Am off-road accessories. Hey Alan, I wanted you to tell me what are the things to look for in tracks.
Well, Chris, there's a lot of things to consider. Of course, most people, the first thing they look at is price. This is an expensive item, it's a big purchase, but there's a lot of other things that people overlook. First thing is ground clearance, contact patch, steering effort, warranty, weight. We need to really consider a lot of things. Okay. So let's walk over here and take a look at this competitive track kit, and I'll show you a few things just to get you queued up, and then we'll go over onto ours and you can see the difference with the Apache 360. All right. So one of the things I want you to notice is the square lug at the top here. Yeah. Square lugs on the front of the track system really makes it a lot more harder to turn when you're in tight conditions. Okay. The other thing you want to look at is the lack of track guides here. You see that they have a slider system. Yep. Now, they claim that this is an all-season track kit, so running in no snow conditions, yet they still use a slider system for track alignment. Okay. Okay, so there's going to be friction there, and that's going to be a little bit more rolling resistance. Okay. Okay, right. Now let's step back here and take a look at the Apache design. First thing you'll notice, again, coming back on these lugs, we have guides molded into the track. Right. Okay, now there's a lot of guides, there's a reason for this. This prevents detracking, and we don't need to have a slider system. Okay. So in side hilling conditions, it's way better to have a system like this than a system here with a slider. And when you detrack a side-by-side in the bush, it's a hell of a job to get it back on.
Your day is pretty much done.
Well, yeah, you've ruined your mood, let's say.
All right.
Okay, now take a look while we're back here at the aggressive rear lug, okay? So when I talked about contact patch is good for flotation. Yeah. The rear lug provides traction. Now there's a good compromise between a too aggressive lug, so you dig yourself a hole, or a shorter lug that's just going to provide good flotation but no traction. We feel we have the perfect compromise with our lugs. Also notice the ground clearance. I talked about it before. We've got an inch more ground clearance than the competition. An inch? So does that really make a difference, or? It's huge when you're in the woods. We're talking, you know, rocks. You're talking stumps, right. Anything like that, going over obstacles, every inch helps. Okay. Okay? Right. Now, also notice this hole here in the middle. Now again, that's not an accident. What we wanted to do here is for installation, if you need to go back and forth from tires to tracks, you have access to all 4 bolts. So you can go from tires to tracks after your first installation in about 20 minutes. So
over there you don't have access to all the bolts?
Exact. Contrary to this one, what you're going to do is you're going to loosen the first 3, then you're going to turn the track and get access to the last bolt.
A little bit more workout.
A lot more of a workout. Okay. Notice 4 sets of wheels. We've got 5 sets of wheels. Again, more rolling, less rolling resistance, easier rolling, more traction, more flotation. Okay. Now let's go up here at the front. Remember what I showed you over there on their system with the square lugs in the front? Yes. Okay, here we've got the rounded angled lugs. Right. So really when you're tight maneuvering conditions, it helps a lot. Okay. Now to even aid that more, we've got a DPS module that we plug in with our system that nobody else has. So what happens with that? I mean, it plugs in and then helps it steering assist? Or? Yes, exactly. It plugs into the computer. So it puts your power steering on max, and it also corrects your mileage. When you've got a track system on, your speedometer is not reading the correct mileage. You're turning 40% more miles than you would if you had your tires on. So what you want to do is you want to correct that. You want to show the correct speed and you want to show the correct mileage on your speedometer. Okay, because I mean, I'm thinking right now, if you do that, then warranty-wise, or even when's my next maintenance due or whatever, you don't get the right numbers there. Exactly. Now here, you'll notice I removed the cap on here. I wanted to show that new for this year, we have a variable attack angle. Okay. So depending on if you're out in hard conditions or in fluffy conditions, you can change the attack angle from up to down just by simply changing the eccentric around, loosening this bolt. It's basically a 15-minute job to go around all 4 corners and adjust that to the conditions of the day. So you get up in the morning, you see if it's snowed, and then you decide if you have to adjust or not. Exactly. Okay. You'll notice here also, us for the track tensioning, we just need to use a torque wrench on this one bolt, and that creates the proper torsion. You'll see back here, we've got a steering limiter. Yep. So what that's going to do is going to prevent any damage from too much pressure if your wheels want to turn. Okay, well, that's good.
All right.
So really, we thought of a lot of detail in our track kits, a lot of things that other people don't think about. If you notice, the lugs are really close together in the front. That's not an accident. They're lined up over the top of the wheels to prevent vibration. Okay. So you really get a smooth ride, really good, nice feeling on the steering.
You don't want that rattling effect on the steering.
If you're out riding all day with track kits, I mean, you want to be able, you don't want to come back with sore arms at the end of the day.
Okay, well, all right. So I think that pretty much sums it up for those track kits. Now, I know there's 2 track kits available, basically, from Can-Am. So why? What's the difference between the 2?
Well, we have the Apache 360 and we have the Apache 360 LT. Okay. The biggest difference is the length in the back. So the LT is a little bit longer. What we want to do is we want to spread the weight of the Commander out on a bigger contact patch, better flotation, if you're loading logs in the back, if you're pulling trailers. Yeah. Now, another thing just to close out on is the warranty. You'll notice that with our track kits, we maintain all the vehicle warranty, versus if you've installed another track kit, we don't know what could happen in terms of breakage, in terms of failure on the vehicle. Okay. But with our unit, if anything happens, a half shaft breaks, ball joint, steering knuckle, it maintains all the system's warranties because we've validated the whole thing together as a system. Okay, well, I think we've rounded up everything on that. I appreciate your help, Alan, on that. And we hope it's been very helpful for you as well, and we invite you to watch the other comparative videos that we put together. And on behalf of Alan and myself, thanks for watching and see you soon.